Hi, I'm Danny. You might hear some weird noises, like squeaks. My animals are in my room at the moment. And today we're going to talk about how I knew that I was trans. I've seen a few people say this, but I didn't always know that I was trans. Like, I didn't know for a long time. There wasn't this one single moment where I was like, oh, that's what I am. Looking back on it, it might seem obvious now, but during the time that I was trying to figure it out, it wasn't. But also at the same time, a lot of what people say, oh, that's obvious, you should have known, it's kind of like normative to me. So, like, disregarding the fact that girls can do these things, girls can like these things. Whereas I was aware that, like, that's not a good way to think. So I tried not to take those thoughts into consideration too much. But I think that also just confused things. Going back, as a kid, I always played with the boys. I always wanted to play with the boys. I think I even maybe had a bit of dislike towards girls, like hanging out with girls. I found them annoying, and the things that they wanted to play dumb. I hated anything girly, like, at all. In games, I always wanted to be a boy character, a husband, the dad, Batman, and I would get quite upset when I was told that that's not what I could do. So, like, in the playground, if I was told, oh, you have to... Sorry, they like to shout at me when I talk. And in the playground, if, say, someone would say that you can't play the boy character, I'm the boy character, or no, you have to be the girl character, it'd get me really upset, and like I'd be like, why though? That's what I want to be doing. During that time, I was like a massive tomboy, like completely, and it was just accepted. So I was allowed to dress how I wanted, and I did. So it never really came into question. It was just, oh, I'm just a tomboy. I'm just dressing how I want. But then obviously you grow up, puberty starts. That was a really hard time for me. But I just kind of thought, oh well, everyone struggles with puberty. It's a hard time for everyone. But I think I struggled with it differently to how maybe most people would, like cis people would. Like, it wasn't just I'm getting spotty and hormonal. It was, oh, I'm growing things that I'm aware that I'm supposed to be growing, but I hate it. It's the worst thing. It was just so uncomfortable to me. Like, and I put off wearing a bra well past when I should have been doing, because I just hated the idea of it. Same with the periods. Absolutely hated it. I just thought everyone hated the periods, so I didn't really pay too much attention to it. And then as I got older and started noticing the fact that I like girls, I just came to terms with that. Like, I struggled with that, to be honest with you. Not because of anyone else necessarily, just because of me not wanting that for myself, like not wanting that stigma on myself. But then I did accept it. But even though I accepted it, the word lesbian never fit right with me. So I was okay with like who I was attracted to, and I was okay with being gay, and like it wasn't like a homophobic thing. It wasn't an internalized homophobic thing. It was purely just like the word lesbian didn't sit right with me, and I could never really figure out why. At the same time, during all this, even from way back when, from me being a kid, I always knew that trans people existed. I don't know how, but I always knew that they existed, and it was, so I never had the, oh, that's what trans people are, that must be me. It was, I'd think, oh, is that a possibility? No, push it away. So even from young, I knew that trans people existed, and I knew that there was, I should, like, that's like something to be ashamed of, and not to ever think about that. My girlfriend was the one that I'd say that initially got me started to think. She asked me and like comforted me, and like she asked me if it was a possibility, and comforted me in the fact that if I was, it would be okay and she'd stay with me. But I was still, no way, no. She asked me a couple of times. This was during the time of Orange is the New Black, and the world seemed to be getting more accepting. But yeah, so I had like my girlfriend offering me it's okay if you are on one hand, and then the internet offering the world's getting better and more accepting on the other hand. So then I started actually thinking about it more, and I got more exposure to trans people on Tumblr over time. But to be honest, before my girlfriend asked me, I had seen one or two videos of trans guys on YouTube and trans timelines. The first one I saw was of an Australian guy. I forget his name. He's quite famous, I think. And it was just utter disbelief that someone female-bodied could look like that. But then it was just total, like, there's no way that I could look like that, surely. Like, look like a real man. Also, at work, if someone came in that didn't know me, occasionally they'd mistake me for a boy and call me he. That would make me feel happy and comfortable, but that was also, like, confusing to me at the time. Being with my girlfriend in a gay relationship, she would refer to me as her girlfriend, or like future wife, or like maybe like mother of future children. It would just make me so uncomfortable. Like, I hated it. Then I kind of fell into a hole of watching just YouTube video after YouTube video, like Chase and Ty Turner and Aiden, and then just more and more, and I kind of became obsessed, which is probably unhealthy, but at the same time, it helped me find comfort in the fact that this was okay, because at the same sort of time I was pushing it down, denying it. Like, it kind of became more and more real for me, but at the same I was just shoving it away. I wasn't having it. There's no way that this could be me, because I just felt ashamed and nervous and scared that if this was me, I would lose everyone and everything that I ever had, and that I would be all alone. Even though I had doubts, I came to realize that I didn't have any doubts. All my doubts were just fear. I never had a moment of doubt. It was always, well, this can't happen, because what if this person doesn't talk to me anymore? What if I can't get a job? What if my girlfriend leaves me? And fears over, like, surgery and hormones, obviously, because that's a big thing. And I knew that I didn't have to go through with it, but deep down I knew that I wanted to go through with it, but it was a scary concept. I tried to fight it, and I tried to ignore it. After binge watching YouTube, I then just hit total panic mode and then shut down and tried to ignore it. Like, unsubscribed to everything, unfollowed everyone on Tumblr. Like, no, pushed it as far away as I could. I told my girlfriend that I'm not, definitely not, can't be, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Just panic, shut down. But then I think maybe the break from it actually helped, because I guess I had a small fear that I was kind of convincing myself that I was by watching all of his videos. So the fact that I took this time away and it was still just incessantly on my mind all the time, like, I can't be no help. The time away from it kind of helped me relax about it a bit and actually realize it's not something to be so scared of. It kind of helped me, like, really come to the conclusion that this was me. This was what was going on all these years. This was this uncomfort that just I could never get rid of. It explained a lot of things. One night at a wedding, I was just miserable. I couldn't enjoy the wedding at all. I was wearing a suit, but I was just so miserable because I couldn't get it out of my head. This is it. Like, I can't lie anymore. I can't hide it anymore. I can't lie about it to myself, and I have to own up to my girlfriend, even if that means losing her. I couldn't live like this anymore. I couldn't hide it anymore. But I hadn't told Al that. I was just sat there looking miserable and sad and not enjoying myself and probably ruining the night for other people. And Al comes to me and says, like, what is wrong? And I just broke down. Like, she had to literally just, like, hold me while I, like, just broke down and just said, I can't do this. This is what's happening. I'm trans. I understand if you want to leave. I know you said you wouldn't, but I understand if you have to. You do identify as a lesbian. And she just hugged me and said it was okay and that she wasn't going anywhere. So that's how I slowly came to the realization that I was trans. It wasn't this click of the moment light bulb thing. It wasn't, oh, trans is a thing. That fits me completely. That's what I am. It was a real slow fight with myself and discovery and letting go of what I thought I should be and fear of disappointing other people and accepting myself. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.